If you ask me what my most used piece of camera gear is, my mind would probably first go to my camera, my Canon R6 Mark II, or maybe my 24-70 lens. But if you're talking about any camera accessory, I might say my pro-grade memory cards because I use those in both of my cameras for everything. But the truth is, none of those items are my most used piece of camera gear. That title would fall to my camera bag. Because even before I pull out my camera to shoot something, I'm using my bag to bring my gear to and from shoots, whether it's a wedding or I'm going on a hike. In fact, even when I come home, I usually leave my camera bag either partially or fully packed for the next shoot. So even when I'm not using it, I'm still using it. Because of that, I consider my camera bag to be probably the most important piece of camera gear that I own. I use the same camera bag, the Lowepro BP450, for the past 4 years. I've brought it around the world with me. It's been to every single shoot I've done, paid or for fun. So when PGYTech sent me their OneMo 2 bag, I thought this is the perfect opportunity to try something new. Disclaimer, they did send me this bag, but this video is not sponsored by them. Everything in this video is my own honest opinion. But is this bag good enough to make me switch to it permanently? Well, I'm taking everything out of my camera bag and putting it in this new one to test it out for the next few weeks. So stick around and let's find out together. And if you end up liking this video, consider hitting the like button, subscribing maybe even. So let's start with the bag. It's a 25-liter size, same as my Lowepro, and I still think this is the perfect size for like an everyday kind of camera bag. It fits all the stuff that I could possibly need on a typical shoot. So in the main compartment, you have a pretty typical open layout with dividers to separate all your pieces of camera gear. This bag also comes with an insert that can be its own shoulder bag separate from this, which I think is a really nice inclusion, but it takes up too much space inside the bag for me to use it regularly, so I took it out and just replaced that space with divider. You also have a laptop sleeve and a smaller sleeve for maybe a tablet or a notebook or something like that, if that's more your thing. Also in the main compartment, you have 2 little zip-up pouches for little smaller accessories. This one, PGYTech specifically designed to hold batteries. It has these 3 little pockets with red-green switches above them, so the idea being you put your dead battery back in here and you flip the switch to red so you remember that it's dead. This is a neat idea, but I carry all my batteries in a separate little cable organizer, so I'm just gonna use this for like the random tools that I bring on my shoots. On the reverse side of the bag, we have this mysterious other zipper. Unzipping this lets you expand the bag an additional 8 liters, which is one of my favorite things about this bag. I'm a big fan of this expandable section because when I don't need it, I can fold it up, it sits flat, and I can just use the bag like a normal 25-liter bag. But there are times where I'm doing shoots that I want to bring something other than camera gear. Like when I do my trips up to Bruce Peninsula with my friends to shoot astrophotography, it would be really nice if I could bring an extra change of clothes and not have to bring a whole separate bag for it. So I could just expand this out and stuff some clothes in here, maybe like a toothbrush, and I'm good to go. It can also fit a gimbal folded up in here, which is really cool because normally when I bring my gimbal with me, I have to carry a whole separate bag for that. So I could see myself bringing this to my weddings this summer because I normally have to bring my camera bag plus my gimbal bag, and it would just cut down on that one extra thing. This pouch alone might be the reason I keep this camera bag, because whether or not I switch to it full time, having an option to expand and add those other things other than camera gear in here is something that comes up somewhat frequently for me and would be a really nice option to have when I need it. I've already done a few shoots where even though I wasn't packing anything extra crazy, it was really nice to know I could just throw an extra hoodie or jacket or something in here in case it got colder or it rained and not even think about it. So moving on to the rest of the exterior of the bag, you have 2 side openings, both on the same side. This is where those pockets are that we looked at on the inside of the bag. And then on the other side of the bag, we have an external only pocket and a water bottle / tripod holder. This is another really important feature for me because I almost always have both my tripod and a water bottle with me when I go on any kind of shoot. I like my Lowepro for this because I have a separate water bottle holder and tripod holder, so I can have my water bottle on one side of the bag, my tripod on the other. Unfortunately, this isn't the case for the OneMo 2 because it only has this one little slot that you can either expand out and fit a water bottle in, or you can put the bottom of the tripod legs in, and then there's a clip at the top here that you can use to secure the tripod at the top. I do like the design of this water bottle pouch. The one on my Lowepro is terrible, but it does let me hold one on each side. The nice thing about this is it's stretchy, so when there's nothing in here, it lies flat against the side of the bag. And this might be a little bit of a controversial opinion, but I personally never use the side access points on my camera bag. Pretty much never. So personally, I would be fine with trading these with another water bottle tripod holder on the other side so that I could each have one on each side. But some people like these little pouches, so I don't know. But now I have the problem with this bag of if I go on a hike and I bring my water bottle with me, what do I do with my tripod? In PGYTech's defense, they do have a solution for this. There are these mounting points on the top and bottom of the bag, so you can strap your tripod sideways, either along the top or the bottom. But this is kind of a clunky solution and I can't really bother with doing this. It just feels less secure, and at least for my shooting style, makes things really clunky and kind of annoying. So I would rather put my tripod in the side holder and then find a place inside the bag for my water bottle. The part of the bag that goes against your back is really thick and padded and has a nice mesh to, allow airflow to go in behind your back. There's nothing worse than walking around with your camera bag on and you're just like sweating through your shirt because it's just stuck to your back. So that's really nice. The straps here are really thick and comfortable. They've got some padding on them as well. Overall, the wearability of this bag is really good. Like, it feels solid on my back. It doesn't feel uncomfortable, and I think I could wear this for a pretty long time without any issues. It has a across the chest strap, but I don't really like how they did it. Instead of the typical buckle, they kind of have this like loop design that goes across and loops in, and it's fine, but it's a little bit slower to disconnect. I like that on my low pro bag, I can just go click and it's off, whereas this I kind of have to fumble with it a little bit. And the other straps on the bag that hold the tripod in place use the same system. It's fine, there's nothing really wrong with it, but it's just not as fast or as convenient as having a little buckle on there that you can just pinch and open up. One nice touch about this bag is that every external zipper has an anti-theft loop. The idea being you put the little zipper through the loop when you're not having it open, and if a thief comes by to try and quickly open up your bag, they can't because it tugs on the loop. Finally, looking at the bag as a whole, it's a really nice look. It's pretty understated, like it's not screaming camera bag. There's nothing like crazy about it or anything. It's just a nice simple black look. It's got a little bit of red accents here, but otherwise it's a very clean look. I really like the material it's made out of. It is like this vinyl, like waterproof feeling material. I don't want to say it's waterproof because I don't know if that's 100% true, but it is water resistant for sure. Much more than my low pro bag. That's one of my biggest gripes with the low pro bag is it's made out of this like mesh fabric-y kind of polyester material. And not only is it not really water resistant, but it also is terrible to clean. If I put it down when I'm on a hike and it gets some dirt or dust on it, it is really difficult to get out, whereas stuff just wipes off of this, which I really like. So that's my overview of the bag, but how did it hold up in my actual real world testing? I brought it on a few types of shoots, some corporate shoots, some portrait shooting, and some short hikes. And overall, I don't have any major complaints, just some small nitpicks. First, I can't be bothered to have my tripod mounted on the top or bottom of the bag, so I have it in the water bottle holder, and that means I either have to carry my water bottle or find room in my bag for it, which is kind of annoying. I also don't like how the laptop pouch is secure. It's held down by this little drawstring thing that you kind of pull down and hook on, and it's supposed to stop your laptop from falling out, and it probably is fine, but it really doesn't feel as secure as a zipper, especially because when you lie your camera bag flat and you open up that top part, it naturally is angled down towards the ground. So anything in those pouches is kind of being pulled by gravity to slide out of those pouches. And the only thing holding my laptop from ending up in the dirt is this little drawstring. Again, this design's probably fine, but considering my laptop is one of the more expensive things in my camera bag, I really just wish they put a zipper here because it would have made me feel so much better about the whole thing. And the last notable problem I have with this bag has to do with the dividers. They are very thin. Here is the thickness of my low pro dividers next to the PGYTech dividers. There is absolutely no padding here, and that could be considered a good thing. It does technically give you a little more room in the bag because there's less room being taken up by padding, but camera gear is expensive and it can be delicate. So I would much rather have a little bit of extra padding between all of my stuff than save that tiny bit of space. I've tossed my low pro bag around full of my camera gear. I've been really rough with it and it's been fine every time, and I feel really confident in that. It's a good solid bag. There's lots of padding in the dividers and on the outside of the bag as well, that I've literally tossed my bag down small hills and it's rolled down hills and it's been fine. I don't have that same confidence with the PGYTech bag. Also, while we're on dividers, there's a whole section of the inside of the bag that doesn't have the full Velcro wall on it because it has the pockets. So you are kind of limited in how you can attach your dividers here. I wanted to section off the part of the bag here a little bit differently, but I just couldn't because I couldn't stick a divider to that wall. Again, maybe this is just a me thing, but I would rather not have these little side access pockets and just have like a Velcro wall there and a water bottle holder on the outside, because I never use them anyways. Every single time I open my camera bag, I just open the whole thing. I don't know, maybe some people just really like, you can swing your bag around and just grab something out of it real quick, but I don't know, that's just not my shooting style. Overall, I know these are pretty small issues, but they're still worth noting. So what do I like about this bag? What makes it better than my old bag? Like I said already, the expandable pouch is really nice here. This is, again, my favorite thing about this bag is that I can just fit extra things in here. And I do think I'm gonna try this out with my gimbal and bring it to a wedding because not having that extra little hard case that the RS3 comes in would be kind of nice. Even when I'm doing a shoot where I don't need the extra space, knowing it's there is a little bit of peace of mind that I never really knew I needed. I also really like the outer look of this bag. It's not flashy, it doesn't scream, I'm full of expensive camera gear. My light just turned off. The wearability of the bag is also really good, like it feels nice on my back. One thing I didn't mention is it does come with a waist strap down at the bottom, so if you're on a hike or something, you can clip that up and that takes off a little bit of the pressure on your shoulders. I personally don't like the waist straps because even if they add some support, I find they just get in the way, so I took that out immediately. The outer material it's made of is also really nice. I don't want to claim it's fully waterproof, but I feel a lot more confident about having this bag on its own out in the rain without the rain cover than I would with my Low Pro. In the same way, I feel confident about chucking my Low Pro bag down the hill and not the PGYTech bag. I would feel confident walking around with the PGYTech bag out in the rain, whereas I would be throwing on my rain cover on the Low Pro. So will I be tossing out my Low Pro and using this as my everyday bag? No. This is a great bag, don't get me wrong, but the Low Pro just has some creature comforts that I am used to at this point, and these little things add up to be something that I would rather use. However, I will be keeping this bag because there are use cases that I laid out where this bag would work way better than my Low Pro bag just because it has that expandable storage. I can fit a few more things in there. If you're the type of shooter that needs a decent amount of gear and also wants to bring some non-camera gear stuff with you, or you want to be able to throw your gimbal in this bag, then this is the perfect bag for you. It does have some quirks that I'm not a total fan of, but it's still a solid bag. And if you don't care about these little quirks, then honestly, it's pretty great. And at the price point of $220, I'd say it's worth it. Now, although this video isn't sponsored by PGYTech, they did hook me up with a 10% discount link for you guys. It's not an affiliate link. I don't make any money off of this, but I put it down in the description anyways, in case you do decide you want to buy this bag. You can get 10% off. But that's all I have for you in this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. If you want to check out my other camera gear, I have all those links in the description. Those are affiliate links, and I will see you in the next one.